It is clear that if you've played past Dragon Age games, you left Dragon Age 2 with a bit of a hesitation as to where the series was going from here. I'm thankful to say Dragon Age Inquisition lives up to more than enough expectations. Bioware tries one more time to create a better Dragon Age experience with their latest addition to the franchise. While a lot of similar elements from the past are here, many new things present themselves nicely, and it brings a very positive overall experience. One of the many things that lets Dragon Age Inquisition shine is its unbelievably huge world. Every single time the main quest seems like it is going to finish, the game will add yet another location to your already massive map. The Hinterlands is where you begin, and try not to spend too much time in this area. It is an absolutely beautiful area, but it acts more of a training area rather than a land to progress the story. While this is good for newcomers, old players may want to leave this area as soon as possible and level up somewhere else. Haven is a vastly beautiful headquarters, and one of the best the series has had when it comes to layout and beauty. Why wouldn't you want to be set up in a gigantic castle? Storm Coast in particular is probably the most beautiful, especially due to its weather effects. Rainstorms plunder the land, and it ran beautifully on the Xbox One. The Emerald Graves, however, is yet another beautiful place, worth mentioning. The forests here just draw your eyes to the screen, and the trees in the wind sway marvelously and extremely smoothly.
Inquisitor!
The nightmare has found us.
Form up! I'm with you.
All of Dragon Age Inquisition's combat, like the previous games, is in the third-person view, with the ability to switch characters and freeze time in order to be more strategic. The combat for this game feels the smoothest it ever has for the series, and this is personally where the vibrant colors start coming to life. The attacks call for oranges, greens, blues, reds, and many others that pop off the TV screen. Battles, however, will sometimes fall into weird angles, sometimes even going off the screen to a point where you can't see the enemies, and this causes a bit of unnecessary tension and blindness. Even the tactical camera in this particular situation isn't reliable. This revolves to having to scroll the screen to find your enemies, just so you know where they are during battle, and so that you can paint a mental picture in your head, and this can become very tedious.
It is your fault, Herald. You interrupted a ritual years in the planning, and instead of dying, you stole its purpose. I do not know how you survived, but what marks you as touched, what you flail at rifts, I crafted to assault the very heavens. And you used the anchor to undo my work. The gore.
Why did the Divine die? For this chaos?
The chaos will empower me and ensure we no longer beg at the feet of the invisible.
Like many other Bioware games out there, Dragon Age Inquisition depends a lot upon your choices as a player. You are forced to make a choice between legions, for example, and if you choose the wrong one, you will absolutely be affected in the world around you. Will you choose to spy on somebody before battle to get a key of what you are heading into? Or will you head straight into battle and improvise on the spot? The choice is up to you, and this makes for a much more realistic experience overall. The War Council is another key decision maker in this particular game. You get to choose which missions are worth spending money on, and which missions are more important than others. And of course, the dialogue is a key factor with these decisions as well. You can even choose which sexuality you want your character to be. This makes you feel extremely powerful, sitting there on your throne making key decisions only to make love with a love interest later on after the decision in your all high and mighty room at the top of Haven. You feel like a king.
Your leader, your herald, your Inquisitor!
This massive and vibrant open world brings the series back to the top. Inquisition feels like a much more solid experience than its predecessors and leads to a much more enjoyable game. The landscapes are gorgeous, the combat is smooth, the dialogue is virtually infinite, and the experience will be different for each person, which makes the game shine. Bioware has redefined the RPG genre all over again with Dragon Age Inquisition, and it is definitely one of the best games of 2014.
Quickly, before more come through! What did you do? I did nothing. The credit is yours.